Watch you guys, Patch Tuesday alert for August, free 0-day patches and 400 plus flaws fixed in Windows 11. It's important that you update your system. You can see we have an update available for us here, and it's important that you start updating this on your system because the amount of flaws that it's patching. It's not a feature-packed update. This is a security update for a massive 400 plus flaws in Windows 11, including one actively exploited and two publicly disclosed zero-day vulnerabilities. Patch Tuesday addresses 42 critical vulnerabilities, 37 of which are remote code execution and 5 are elevation of privileges. So it's important that you start downloading and installing this on your system. If you're a little bit skeptical and you want to pause update before it installs, now is the time to do it. But I wouldn't advise doing that because you do definitely want to start thinking about patching your system with this security update. Microsoft have seemed to have gotten on top of their security updates of late, and it shouldn't cause any problems. If you've got Microsoft Office on your system, you may want to update Microsoft Office as well, because this has also had major vulnerabilities patched in its software. You can go into the account options right here and you'll see update options. Just click on this and click update now, and this will update the actual Microsoft Office or Office 365 on your PC. You can see it's already downloading all of the Office updates for this build. This is Office 2021, which is still in support until October 2026. But if you've got an older version of Office, you are not going to receive any security updates or patches for that version. And that's why it's important to make sure you're using the latest version of software. People always leave software unpatched, and this is a major vulnerability to your PC. So it's not sensible to use outdated software, even though you paid for it maybe 10 years ago. It's best to use a more updated version. That way you'll get all of the latest patches and updates pushed out down the pipe to your PC from Microsoft. Now, Microsoft have warned that there would be an increase in Patch Tuesday security updates as it has begun to use AI-powered vulnerability discovery systems to identify more security flaws across its software products, including Windows 11. So AI does have its place. I know a lot of people don't like AI, but AI is going to be used for finding vulnerabilities, patches, bugs, glitches, and things like that in the code, and Microsoft can then patch it. A lot of people were blaming AI for the bad Windows updates that Microsoft used to push out many months ago, but that wasn't the case. They've only just started implementing AI-powered vulnerability discovery system to find faults with their operating system. And a lot of other companies are doing it too, like Linux. They're using AI as well. If you want to know what is being patched in your Office and Office 365, you can click on the link in the update and it will take you to this page right here, where it would explain all of the vulnerabilities that have been patched. Now, let's go ahead and go back to Windows updates and check one more time here, because I just want to make sure we've got all of the latest security updates for this system. Now, this is my main system that I use every day because I've now transitioned over from Windows 10 to Windows 11 again, because it's more stable and it's not having so many issues as it was, say, 10 months ago or a year ago. So hopefully going forward, we can start having a system that is more stable. Now, Bleeping Computer have got an extensive list of all of the CVEs that have been released, and you can see there's a long list of them. I'm not going to go through all of them because there's over 400 plus of these, and they are pretty important. You can see here some of them are important, some of them are critical, and they need to be patched, and this is why it's important to update your system. Now, I know a lot of people are very skeptical about Windows updates and don't want to update their system, and a lot of this is due to a lot of fear-mongering on places like Reddit and on other videos on YouTube which are AI generated, and there's not many problems that you can face with Windows updates today. Microsoft have gotten their act together and started to release some good quality updates for once. And you might be seeing these large security updates in the future because Microsoft are now starting to use AI to be able to find a lot of flaws and bugs and vulnerabilities in their system. Just like Linux does, they're using it too. Now, if you're wondering what a zero-day vulnerability is, it's a flaw in the software for which no official patch or security update is available yet. A software publisher may or may not be aware of this vulnerability, and no public information about the risk is available. Zero-day vulnerabilities often have high severity levels and are actively exploited. Vulnerability management only displays zero-day vulnerabilities it has information about. So sometimes these zero-day vulnerabilities are not patchable as of today, and Microsoft sometimes don't disclose this information, but occasionally they do actually make it public and make it available to the public to see what the vulnerability is, and then they will tell you whether this vulnerability is being actively exploited or whether it's unlikely. So here is an approximate number of bugs in each vulnerability category. It's listed below. 176 elevation of privilege vulnerabilities, 11 security feature bypass vulnerabilities, 110 remote code execution vulnerabilities, 86 informational disclosure vulnerabilities, 12 denial of service vulnerabilities, and 21 spoofing vulnerabilities have been found and patched. Now, that's a huge number, but nowhere near as many as it was in July 2026. Patch Tuesday fixed a massive 570 flaws and 3 zero-day vulnerabilities were found. A zero-day is something like this. You can see Windows User Profile Service Execution of Privilege Vulnerability. You can read right through here. Maximum severity important, and you'll come down and it will give you some information about that vulnerability. These are your typical CVEs, which give you all the information about the vulnerability and whether it's being exploited today or whether it's the likelihood of it being exploited in the future. They will tell you this in this document down the bottom. Now, the one thing that's important, you'll see this says publicly disclosed, yes. And it will say exploited down the bottom, yes or no, or unlikely. And it will give you all this information about the zero-day exploit that they have found. Now, sometimes they don't disclose these because they could be too severe and they don't want them getting out into the wild and then someone actively trying to exploit it, because there might not be a patch for that exploit at this particular time. And for all you security experts out there who say, it's okay, I've got a really good firewall and antivirus program on my system and it's going to protect me. Unfortunately, antivirus programs do not block vulnerabilities in the operating system. They just protect you against malware and ransomware and things like that. So having a good antivirus program, which I keep seeing people talking about in the comments section when they're using Windows 7, it's not going to protect you. And remember, if you're using an old operating system and you've not updated it in many, many years, that means it's going to have hundreds, if not thousands of vulnerabilities that aren't being patched. And if you're using old, outdated software that is really old and it's not in support anymore, that is also a massive vulnerability to your operating system, not just the actual software that you're using. I guess the question is, should you update right away? People are going to say that. Well, that's entirely up to you. It's your PC. You do what you need to do with that PC. Also, I would say you can always wait a week just to see if there's any known issues that crop up. Other than that, just go ahead and get it on the system. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members who have joined my YouTube members group. I really do appreciate the support. And if you haven't joined the new Discord server yet, the link is in the video description. I shall catch you in the next one. Bye for now.